What's up, guys? I have finally finished the first draft of the character sheet we are going to be using in our Mobile Suit Gundam Tabletop RPG. Now, I'm planning a huge overhaul to the class and equipment sections of the rulebook, kind of based on issues of balance as I was working through the character sheet that I ran into, and hopefully it's going to make everything a little bit more Gundam themed and a little bit less kind of generic tabletop role-playing game. I'm very excited about these changes. I hope you guys are too, and we're going to talk about them as we walk through the character sheet together. So let's just hop right into it. So as you can see from the start, it's pretty generic as far as character sheets go. In that top banner is where you're going to write your character's name, their age, height, weight, hair color, all that good stuff. Whether you are a new type or an old type, cyber new type, what your class or speciality is. Below that, in the far left column, you have your proficiency bonus, which is calculated based on the character level, as well as your base walking speed, which outside of a mobile suit, this is the character's walking speed. I haven't exactly worked out how we're going to calculate that yet, but it's going to be a base 30-foot walking speed. Below that, we have your standard ability scores and their modifiers listed out here. You have a space to write the ability score as well as the modifier so that you know exactly which value to use in your skills and your attack bonuses and things like that. Below that, you have your passive perception, which is 10 plus your mentality modifier. And then below that, you have your mobile suit speed, which is divided into 4 categories: your land speed, your airborne speed, your amphibious speed, and your 0G speed. These are all controlled by the base speed of the mobile suit type that you are piloting. So these are going to be determined by the equipment that you're using. Next, we have your evasion bonus, which is calculated by using the base evasion of the mobile suit that you're using, in addition to your reactions modifier, your proficiency bonus if you are proficient in using that particular type of mobile suit, as well as any other miscellaneous bonuses you might have situationally or things like that. I tried to make the calculations kind of visible on page so that you're not kind of guessing what values go in there. You know exactly what bonuses to add up to get to those numbers. So below that, we have your mobile suit's armor points, which is your mobile suit's health points. Originally, I had intended for your mobile suit armor points to be dictated specifically by the type of mobile suit that you were piloting. But this seemed unfair at higher levels because your character had 0 influence over the amount of armor points that your mobile suit had. So what I decided to do was to take a base mobile suit armor point value and multiply that by your character's level and add your engineering bonus multiplied by your character's level. So that way it's similar to leveling up in D&D, except instead of a random die roll, you're getting a arbitrary value based on the mobile suit that you're using. Now I know that sounds like a lot of math, and I'm developing an interactive character sheet on my website so that you can enter the values of your character, your attribute scores and things like that, and it will automatically populate the character sheet with these values for you so that you don't have to do all that math, but that's going to be in a later video. Now below that, we have something that we haven't talked about yet, which is your eject saves, which are similar to death saves. You have a series of saves based on your reactions and your engineering modifiers to determine whether or not your character is able to survive your mobile suit exploding. Next up, we have your new type modifiers. That is to say, your new type power save DC, as well as your new type attack modifier added to your D20 when you're using new type attacks. Again, I have the math listed out to the right of the actual values that you're going to use. Next up, we have a space where you can write in all of your attacks, your 2-hit bonuses, as well as your damage bonuses. That way, your attack turns while you're in combat can go a lot quicker. Below that, we have your currency, which is Gila. Now, one of the advantages of this game over, say, D&D 5e is that you only have one type of currency to worry about. You're not digging through gold and silver and electrum and platinum and all that stuff. You just have Gila. Now, we haven't really talked about exactly what the value is going to be, and based on what I've seen both in the animes as well as video games, we're probably looking at upgrades being something in the thousands and mobile suits themselves being in the tens of thousands of Gila. Below that, we have a section where you can write in all of your relevant gear, that things that you use while you are adventuring. And in the last column, we have your initiative, which is calculated with a d20 roll plus your reactions modifier. So you can write in your bonus here. We might add in your proficiency bonus depending on certain class abilities. We'll talk about that in a later video. Originally, we had thought that maybe just a base of 10 health points for all characters, since everyone's human, everyone's roughly the same build and that sort of thing. But I thought maybe it'd be fair to give someone like Rambaral or Ryu the advantage over somebody like Amuro Ray or Kai Shiden. So what we've decided to do is take a base value of 10 and add it to your will modifier. Below that, we have an area for you to write in your mobile suit and weapon proficiencies. Next up, we have your skill tree column, which is where you can write in the skill bonuses that you have for each of the various skills, as well as being able to mark off which skills are class skills and what are non-class skills. Obviously, class skills you get to add your proficiency bonus to, and non-class skills you do not. Now below that, we have a large section for you to write in your feats. And this is a pretty big deal because in the next update, I'm going to kind of expand the feats section of the rulebook, because based on sort of older D20 systems like the one used in Knights of the Old Republic, you had the opportunity to borrow feats from other classes without multi-classing, which gave you the ability to kind of customize your character for a specific role in the party. Now the next page of the character sheet is very straightforward. It's just your new type powers. It has space for you to write down whether you're a new type or a cyber new type, as well as your new type power save DC and your new type attack bonus. Below that, you have fields where you can write in all of the new type powers that you acquire as you get them. Now I haven't decided whether or not we're going to go like for like and say you have 9 levels of new type powers the same way that you have 9 levels of magic in D&D. We're probably going to reduce that to like 5 or 7, but we'll kind of determine that once we see how many new type powers I can come up with. Finally, on this last page, we have an area where you can write in specifics about your mobile suit and your character. As you can see, we have a graphic where you can write in what your mobile suit is equipped with, as well as any upgrades that you're using, such as a sub-flight system, shackles, base jabber, a sub-arm system like the Psycho Zaku or the full armor Gundam from Gundam Thunderbolt. And then off to the right, you can see that there is a generator capacity guide. We talked about this in an earlier video. It's a mechanic that prevents you from using high-end weaponry on a mass production mobile suit. Below that, you have space where you can write your character's background, traits, bonds, flaws, as well as their backstory. So this is where you can add all that flavor text in. And that's about it. Nothing too exciting in this update. You can see a link to the character sheet in the description below so that you can download it and use it once we get started playtesting this dang thing. Now, we hit a pretty big milestone this year. I hit 500 subscribers in my first year on YouTube, and that is all thanks to you guys. I really appreciate you supporting me so far, and I hope that you're enjoying my journey into Gunpla as a hobby and developing these games that I hope you're going to get a chance to play very, very soon. So I think it's only fair that I do a giveaway of some kind. So what I'm going to do is, if you tag a friend in the comments below, in the next 7 days, I'm going to choose someone at random, get in touch with you, get your shipping information. Anywhere in the world, I will send you a Gunpla from my backlog at random, just as a token of appreciation for tuning in and supporting what I do. Thank you guys so much as always for tuning in, and I will catch you later.